All right, so let's get started. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, everyone from wherever you're joining us from. My name is Johanna Siljakus, and I work with the Transport Sector Office at ADB, the Asian Development Bank, and I'd like to warmly welcome you to today's webinar, Electrifying Petrol-Powered Motorcycles in Indonesia by Michael Chang. So this webinar and the webinar series is organized under the umbrella of the e-mobility support and investment platform for Asia and the Pacific, which aims to build capacity and support the scale-up of financing of e-mobility initiatives. The platform is operated by ADB, co-implemented by UNEP and co-financed by the Global Environment Facility, the GEF. And could I have the next slide, please? Thanks. So if you'd like to join us in the e-mobility community under the platform in order to stay up to date on our most recent activities and upcoming activities, please fill in the assessment survey where you can leave us your contact details. So we will add you to the mailing list. The QR code to the survey is now on the screen, and we'll share a link to the survey in the chat as well in a little bit. So today's webinar is actually the last webinar of this webinar series. However, there's more webinars coming your way. We're taking a break until August, and we'll keep you posted on the new series under development starting from August onwards. But for now, we'd like to really thank all of you who have participated throughout the webinar series so far and joined us in this joint learning on different e-mobility topics. It's really great to have seen you week after week joining us here. So that's all for me. I'll hand over now to Tom Fleming from our implementing partner, Integrated Transport Planning, ITP. He will be, again, as usual, moderating today's session. So over to you, Tom. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Johanna. Yeah, good to see everybody here. So to begin with a few house rules, as usual, your microphones will be muted unless you are invited to speak. And if you have any questions for Michael during the course of his presentation or after, please pop them in the Q&A function at the bottom of your screens, which you should see there next to participants, and I'll pose them to Michael during the Q&A. Next slide, please. So for this webinar, I'm pleased to introduce Michael Chang, who is Global Business Director at Blue Wing Motors, where he has led various retrofitting projects in Southeast Asia for 2-3-wheelers, and specifically the conversion of petrol and diesel-powered motorcycles to electric power. Michael has been actively involved in Quaker's Creative Technology Solution project, which integrated innovations from startups into official development assistance initiatives. And today, Michael will be presenting his work retrofitting petrol-powered motorcycles in Indonesia and the environmental, economic, and technological benefits of Blue Wing Motors' approach. So without further ado, Michael, I'll hand over to you to take us through your slides. Thank you.
So thank you, Tom, for your kind introduction. So let me share my slide. Can you see my screen?
Yes, you can, Michael.
Okay. So hi, I'm Michael. I have been working in EV industry for about 2 years, and I'm currently working as a global team leader at Blue Wing Motors. And I firstly appreciate ADB for offering me such an opportunity to give the presentation, and thank you for joining. It's a pleasure to be with you all today. So I will be excited to share my insights about the conversion projects. So let me start off by introducing our company, Blue Wing Motors. Blue Wing Motors specializes in converting traditional fuel-powered motorcycles into electric ones. And we have taken a significant role in reducing air pollution in Indonesia. We are committed to creating a positive social impact through our eco-friendly mobility solution. So this is our slogan. It means what we do is more than just make an electric two-wheelers. And our aims is to create the blue sky. So in the first part, I'm going to talk about what is the conversion and its background, why this is needed in Indonesia, and method of conversion. So what is conversion? When we're looking into the origins of conversion, it was initially limited to personal use. But Indonesia was the first country to industrialize it. There are two types of electric motorcycles in Indonesia. First, it is a new design electric motorcycles produced by companies with using electric technology in their operating process. For example, electric motorcycles under the brands like Volta, Gasset, and Celis, and many more. And second, that is a converted motorcycle where the motor and engine parts are substituted with the conversion kit as an energy source. So electric motorcycle conversion is creating electric motorcycle by changing the power source of ICE motorcycles. As most of you know, ICE stands for internal combustion engine. So ICE motorcycle can be converted to electric motorcycle by adding conversion kit. The conversion kit mainly consists of brushless direct current motor, which we call BLDC, and controller and battery. The function of BLDC is generating the power for motorcycle. BLDC converts supplied electrical energy into mechanical energy. BLDC usually installed at rear wheel of motorcycle, and controller is to optimize the performance and safety of electric motorcycles. It also manages power supply to motor, regulates current and voltage, and includes safety features such as soft start to prevent sudden acceleration and overcurrent protection. The last part of conversion kit is battery. Battery is the power source of electric motorcycle. If it installs greater battery capacity, it will produce greater power for electric motorcycle. The main part of conversion kit is the battery, because the battery is the most expensive than other components. So let's have a look at the background of conversion. Electric motorcycle conversion is a new technology in Indonesia. Electric motorcycle conversion is one of the results of the innovative system. This initiative was designed because of the higher carbon emissions. As Indonesia is suffering from oversaturation of fuel-powered two-wheelers, Indonesia has been addressing the critical issue of air pollution, where motorcycle use is over 120 million. These gasoline motorcycles are major contributors to air pollution, emitting significant amounts of carbon monoxide and hydrocarbons. Conversion can substantially reduce these harmful emissions and improve air quality. So the number of motorcycles in Indonesia dramatically increased at last 10 years, and it made carbon pollution increase in Indonesia. Electric motorcycle is the one that can be used to reduce carbon pollution. As Indonesian government is very concerned about this crisis, they have issued the Presidential Regulation number 55 of 2019 to expedite the electrification of all vehicles in Indonesia, including motorcycles. Nowadays, all countries in the world are trying to reduce carbon emissions from the transportation sector. The transportation sector is one of the most carbon emission source in the global. Especially Indonesia also gives special attention to reducing carbon emissions. Through this regulation, the targets for reduction of CO2 from the transportation sector was by 0.038 up to 0.056 gigatons during the last 10 years. So why is Indonesia an ideal market for conversion? So there are 4 factors which make Indonesia an attractive and promising market for conversion of traditional two-wheelers. The first one is growth potential. Indonesia is one of the largest motorcycle markets in the world. the widespread use of motorcycle makes it an ideal target for conversion efforts. The potential for growth in Indonesia's conversion market is enormous. With government mandates and incentives, along with increasing consumer awareness of environmental issue, the adoption rate of electric motorcycles is expected to rise significantly. This creates a favorable environment for companies investing in electrification technology and infrastructure. Second one is government support. The Indonesian government is actively supporting the electrification of vehicles. In 2023, the government confirmed subsidies for 50,000 motorcycle conversion, with plans to increase this number to 150,000 in 2024. So this financial support lowers the barrier to entry for consumers and accelerates the adoption of electric vehicles. The government recently raised its subsidies up to 10 million rupiah for only conversion. A third one is environmental benefits. The pollution levels from motorcycles are exceptionally high, emitting 127 times more hydrocarbons and 184 times more organic pounds compared to cars. Transitioning to electric motorcycles can drastically reduce these emissions and improve air quality. And last one is economic advantage. Converted motorcycles offer economic benefits, including lower fuel and maintenance costs compared to gasoline motorcycle. In addition, increasing the local production of electric vehicle components can stimulate the Indonesian economy and also create new job opportunities. So there are two ways of converting traditional motorcycles. One we call SAC, and the other is CVT. The main difference between the two methods is the percentage of reusing existing motorcycle part and the time required to convert. In SAC method, we must cut the frame into half and weld to attach some parts. This process uses in-wheel motor. In CVT, a mid-motor mounted to utilize the transmission and essential parts replaced without cutting the frame. It also takes less hours to convert when using CVT method, whereas SAC takes more time and requires more components. However, SAC is the general way for conversion as it does not require high technology and process. Nevertheless, our company has put much effort in developing CVT method, as the biggest problem is that it is difficult to manage the parts generated during the cutting process, and it would cause another environmental problem. Furthermore, we can either recycle the motors which were removed from the converted motorcycles into other modes of transportation, or it can be melted down and used as a metal. So these are the prototypes of our conversion project. The prototypes for Honda Bentley and Vario are developed as part of our conversion project. So these prototypes represent advancements in converting traditional motorcycles into electric ones. So let me explain about the current state of conversion market in Indonesia. So as I have just mentioned, in 2023, the Indonesian government confirmed subsidies for 50,000 units, and a budget for 150,000 units has been planned for 2024. This initiative is part of the mandatory conversion and Go Electric campaign, which aims to drive rapid growth in the electric vehicle market. But to facilitate this transition, workshop for motorcycle conversion should be certified. As far as I know, there are about 26 workshops which have been certified so far. The Indonesian Ministry of Mineral Resources has promoted the electric conversion program in 10 major cities since last year. It first started from Bali, and following successful launch in Bali, the campaign expanded to other major cities. The campaign is designed to raise public awareness about the green benefits of using converted motorcycles as well as electric motorcycles. Moreover, its objective of the campaign is to encourage the public to convert their petrol motorcycles into electric ones by familiarizing them with the conversion process, type approval testing, and obtaining electrical vehicle registration. So these visuals represent the important factors contributing to consumer hesitation in adopting both electric motorcycle and converted motorcycles. So firstly, many consumers are skeptical of the performance of converted motorcycles. They often view converted motorcycle as having lower performance compared to their fuel-powered counterparts, especially in terms of speed, safety, and driving range. And the inefficient charging infrastructure is a significant barrier. Consumers are concerned about the convenience of charging stations, which impacts their willingness to switch to electric vehicles. And people are also concerned about the battery life and range anxiety are prevalent. Consumers worry about how far they can travel on a single charge and the time required for recharging. So this table summarizes the factors that affect conversion business, highlighting its strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. Regarding the strength, a conversion program will have an impact in environment, economy, and society. Electric motorcycle conversion can reduce gas emission as well as 22% of high traffic noise. In terms of economic perspective, consumers will spend smaller budget than buying a new one. Electric motorcycle conversion has a different maintenance with ICE motorcycle. In ICE motorcycle, it needs a periodic inspection for such as oil change, engine cleaning, whatever. Given this fact, electric motorcycle conversion needs less maintenance cost than ICE motorcycle. But there are also weaknesses. There is a problem with the lack of charging infrastructure, but we are addressing this issue by proactively building the infrastructure in advance, proportional to the number of converted units to ensure that consumers experience no inconvenience in using them. And building the necessary infrastructure for conversions, such as workshop, charging station, and supply chains, requires high capital investment. However, partnering with other companies, government agency, and local business can help share the financial burden and reduce individual investment risk. But there are also opportunities by generating verifiable carbon credits through conversions, enable us to participate in carbon trading markets, creating an additional revenue stream. So as far as I know, Indonesian government has released 7 regulations related to electric vehicles. Based on those regulations, the government is very committed to conversion of electric vehicle in Indonesia. The government's expectation is at least 30% of road transportation using electric energy by 2035. But there are still threats for conversion market. Electric motorcycle has already been developed in other countries. Electric motorcycle products from other countries will become a competitor to motorcycle conversion in Indonesia. And changes in government policies, including reductions in subsidies and incentives, can affect the financial viability of conversions. And there is some local product that should be used in electric motorcycle conversion, such as battery. By developing electric motorcycle conversion, it will increase battery production as the main part of local product. These facts this fact is actually in line with the Indonesian government policy. This policy is designed to increase the use of locally produced components in various industries, which we call TKDN, and it can be translated to domestic component level. It aims to enhance the local content and production capabilities of Indonesian industries, thereby promoting domestic manufacturing and reducing reliance on imported goods. As a solution for those challenges I mentioned, we realized the need to enhance our conversion kits, and this improvement could be achieved through our K conversion kit. This conversion kit consists of essential components made in Korea for the conversion process, including batteries, motors, controllers, and smart kits. These high-quality, high-performance components are designed to be competitive in terms of both performance and price. We believe this kit will be a game changer in the conversion market. So let me give a detailed explanation of the K conversion kit. There are actually 4 main components in K conversion kit. First one is battery pack. The kit includes the high capacity battery pack, which is essential for powering the electric motor. Typically, it uses a lithium ion cell known for its efficiency and longer lifespan, but it is also known for high cost, so we will provide with reasonable price so that consumers can easily purchase. A second one is electric motor. It's a crucial component that replaces the internal combustion engine. The motor is designed to provide sufficient torque and power to meet the performance expectation of the users. Third one is controller. This device regulates the power flow from the battery to the motor, ensuring smooth acceleration and efficient energy use. We have improved these controllers with our core technology. And lastly, it's a smart kit, and it's a digital display that shows essential information like battery level, speed, and other diagnostics. I would like to talk about this OBD device in more detail because it's an essential element in utilizing the smart key. So OBD device is a system that monitors and diagnoses the electronic control systems of a vehicle in real time and has several features. This device monitors the motorcycle status in real time, including the battery condition, motor performance, driving distance, and speed. This allows the driver to always be aware of the motorcycle's conditions. This equipment diagnoses errors or problems occurring in the vehicle's electronic systems. When the issue arises, it provides specific error codes for quick and accurate problem resolution, helping to reduce maintenance and repair costs as well. And this equipment is integrated with a GPS module to track the vehicle's location and driving routes. This is also useful for preventing theft, real-time location tracking, and improving the efficiency of transportation and delivery services. The biggest advantage of this device is that it makes it possible to secure carbon reduction data, allowing users to check how much carbon has been reduced. This system enables integration with carbon credit business. So, global carbon emissions market is experiencing significant growth due to increasing ESG management and natural commitments worldwide. The implementation of the CBAM starting from October 2023, which mandates the reporting of carbon emissions for 6 major items, which are cement, fertilizer, steel, aluminum, hydrogen, and electricity. And it underscores the tightening regulations around carbon emissions. The mandatory purchase of carbon emissions certificates will commence in 2026, further driving demand for carbon offset credits. And the voluntary carbon market is expanding rapidly, with the scale of emission permits issued growing at an average annual rate of 30% from 166 million tons in 2018 to 360 million tons in 2021. According to McKinsey, this market is expected to reach up to $50 billion by about 2030. So let me talk about carbon emission permit. So each converted motorcycle can reduce carbon emissions with the potential to reduce emissions by 669 kilograms of CO2 per year and per one motorcycle. Converting 1,000 motorcycles can have a substantial impact equivalent to planting thousands of trees. Therefore, conversion of 100,000 motorcycles is expected to result in substantial annual carbon reduction. It contributes to national and global emission reduction targets. Carbon emission permits are a crucial tool in global efforts to combat climate change, providing economic incentives for reducing emissions and fostering innovation in clean technology. And here is a brief summary of Blue Motors activities and the local partners who we have been working with in Indonesia. We have partnered with the National University in Indonesia, which we called UNS, and donated converted motorcycles to 5 departments within the university for education purposes. We conducted pilot projects for the conversion with UNS to demonstrate the effectiveness of motorcycle conversion process and engage in technology transfer agreements with local institutions. We have also partnered with Motorich, which is a specialized franchise for conversion workshop in Indonesia and a key partner working with Blue Motors to convert motorcycle into electric ones. We also had a showcase to demonstrate the performance and benefits of converted motorcycles, allowing consumers to experience the conversion in advance. So Motorich operates a network of workshops specializing in conversion work, with plans to build numerous conversion workshops in major cities across Indonesia. In the first half of 2023, they opened more than 100 workshops and expand this number to over 200 by 2024. And these workshops perform the conversion of fuel-powered motorcycles to electric motorcycles using Blue Motors conversion kits. Blue Motors and Motorist signed contracts to supply 500 conversion kits in the first half of 2024 and up to 4,000 kits by the end of the year. And these are the stages what we are planning for. At the initial stage, we focus on entering market with K conversion kit sales and supply business. At the second stage, we will make a branch office in Indonesia and select local partners for manufacturing motorcycle parts to ensure a stable supply and compliance with local regulation. At the third stage, there will be transition from supplying conversion kits to manufacturing our own brand's electric motorcycle. This move will leverage the established market presence and technological advancements achieved in previous phases. So through these stages, we are aiming to become the premier small mobility company, contributing to carbon neutrality and creating economic value through sustainable mobility solutions. We we plan to expand our conversion projects across Southeast Asia, targeting countries like Vietnam, Cambodia, and Thailand through engaging in ODA projects to support underdeveloped countries. So this is just the infographic of Bluewing Motors, which demonstrate process of carbon neutrality through our conversion. So from my perspective, there will be still more challenges that we need to solve. And maybe the progress of conversion will be slower than expected. However, as we have seen throughout this webinar, the transition to conversion is not just a trend, but a crucial step towards a sustainable future. And I believe this shift not only addresses the urgent need to reduce carbon emissions, but also paves the way for economic growth and technological advancements. Therefore, it seems necessary to take a long-term perspective on this conversion project. So this is the end of my presentation. I appreciate all of your participation and commitment to our conversion project. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. That was a really informative and an engaging presentation. And it's really exciting to see the impact that Bluewing Motors is having throughout Southeast Asia, noting your ambitions to expand further as well. And I think it's important to highlight, as you did at various points through your presentation, the sort of important co-benefit that e-mobility has for air quality, and particularly for 2- and 3-wheelers. I think it's just important that I think we all understand the that message comes through. And I also really liked your sort of corporate goal to turn the sky blue, which I thought was quite apt and very simple and effective. So I like that very much. So as we move into the question and answer session, just encourage anyone who'd like to ask a question to Michael to post it in the Q&A. Hopefully you can see the feature at the bottom of your screens, and I'll pick them up and put them to Michael. But just to kick things off, I just wanted to ask Michael about what do you see the key factors being in making a motorcycle electrification project successful, and thinking in particular about the strategies and technologies you've deployed at Bluewing Motors, and which ones have maybe elicited the best approach or the best response, I should say.
Okay. There are a few factors which make a motorcycle conversion project successful. First and foremost, the charging infrastructure is so important, and the lack of sufficient charging infrastructure presents a significant barrier as consumers worry about the convenience of accessing charging station, and it will affect their willingness to transition to electric vehicles. Therefore, infrastructure should be pre-built so that users experience no inconvenience when using it. And the second most important factor is to enhance the perception of conversion projects. Now, I think the public perception of motorcycle conversion is still low. Many consumers may not be well informed about the benefits and feasibility of converting their petrol-powered vehicles to electric ones. There may be widespread misconceptions about the reliability, safety, and performance of converted motorcycles. So consumers might fear that converted motorcycles are less efficient compared to factory-made motorcycles. There should be various campaigns to educate the public about the benefits of vehicle conversion, including cost savings, environmental impact, and performance improvements. And I believe these are what Indonesian government has been focusing on. And this project depends on several key elements from the perspective of price and performance. And competitive pricing is crucial. And cost-effective conversion kit enable consumers to transition without financial burden. And maybe leveraging government incentives and subsidies can further lower initial purchase cost, and providing a flexible financing option make the transition financially accessible. And from performance perspective, high capacity, long-lasting batteries are essential for extended range and quick charging times, meeting consumers' expectation for convenience and reliability. And one of the strategies deployed by Bluewing Motors in Indonesia that has elicited the best response was the integration of OBD devices in their converted motorcycles. These OBD devices play a crucial role in real-time monitoring and management of the vehicle's performance and emissions. So by equipping converted motorcycles with OBD device, we have enabled the creation of a real-time carbon reduction measurement system. This system accurately tracks and reports the reduction in carbon emissions, providing concrete proof of environmental benefit of electric motorcycles. So the real-time data collected by OBD device also helps in optimizing vehicle performance and maintenance, leading to improved efficiency and reliability. I think this technology has not only addressed consumers' concerns about performance and sustainability, but also has built trust and credibility, contributing significantly to the positive response in the Indonesian market. I think
thank you.
It was a quite long answer. Sorry.
No worries. So thank you, Mark. I just wanted to probe an element of that response. I just wanted to ask you whether the conversion kit could be applied to any motorcycle. I know you mentioned two methods for converting motorcycles, SAC and CVT, and you outlined some of the benefits and disbenefits of each approach. Yeah, can your kit be applied to any motorcycle, or what are the limitations of that?
Oh, actually, there are regulations for conversion projects, and it should be the scooter. It should not be over 150 cc. If your motorcycle is between 100 and 150 cc, then you might be able to convert your motorcycles. Maybe the government will inspect your motorcycle if this has a right certification or registration, and they will give you the permission to convert your motorcycle. And I think it's called SDAK. It's vehicle registration in Indonesia. If you have right registration for your petrol-powered motorcycles, maybe you might be able to convert your existing motorcycle into electric ones.
No, thanks, Michael. We've got some questions starting to come in through the Q&A feature as well. So the first one, says, I'm wondering why motorcycles emit more emissions having low-powered motor than four-wheel vehicles. Could you please elaborate on this?
I think we have many experts in each area, and for this question, it would be better if you leave your question through my email, and our experts will provide you a better answer. So for this question, you can just leave me through my email, and I will give you the better answer to your question after.
So thanks, Michael. And yeah, the next one from Janine. Given that the Philippines has a large market for motorcycles, but is currently lagging in terms of electric mobility penetration compared to countries such as Thailand, Indonesia, and Vietnam, which of course you operate some of those, what strategies would be most effective for achieving better penetration of electric motorcycles in the Philippines? How much insight you have of the Philippines specifically, Michael? I appreciate you're not active there at the moment.
Actually, we haven't done anything in Philippines, and we haven't researched about conversion market in Philippines. And I think this questions is I cannot answer because we haven't got any information about Philippines market so.
But how I mean, you're operating, I understand, in Indonesia and in Vietnam as well, and you mentioned about wanting to expand into Cambodia amongst others. How similar or different are the challenges in different countries within Southeast Asia that you've noticed, the sort of maybe the obstacles you've come up against?
As I have already mentioned about technical issues, infrastructure and social perception in previous question, let me just explain in the aspects of administration in Southeast country. Maybe I think they are all similar. They have all similar administration process. So actually, carrying out business operation is challenging not only in Indonesia but also on a other Southeast countries. And I found the cultural differences and diverse ways of thinking in Indonesia made slow progress compared to Korean way of thinking. The most difficult aspect of doing this motorcycle conversion project was obtaining the conversion certification. So like administrative procedures pose the greatest challenge. Unlike Korea, where certification can be speed up through fast computerized administrative process. Maybe the procedure in Indonesia and other Southeast countries were much slower. This significant difference in administrative efficiency led many difficulties in obtaining the necessary certification for electric conversion.
Brilliant. Thanks, Michael. That's understood. And we have another question in the audience. So could you talk about the gender distribution of your clients, and if you have a strategy to consider gender aspects as part of your business model? I guess that's primarily about getting sort of women more engaged in the electrification process of motorcycles. Is that kind of information you have or you collect?
Gender distribution is, as far as I know, it's the man is more likely to convert. They are more into conversion projects because it has a technical issue, like the woman doesn't have enough knowledge about this process. They won't understand how this process can be done. So as I have researched, maybe the men are more likely to convert their fuel powered motorcycles. And when we have done the campaign, most of the men were interested in this project. So I haven't seen many women interested in this kind of project.
Yeah, it feels like maybe there's work to do on the gender aspect in moving forwards. Perhaps that's a untapped market. But your obviously your observation of I guess predominantly men using motorcycles is a fair one. I just wanted to touch on that. I know you mentioned carbon credits, Michael, during the course of your presentation. Can you elaborate a little bit more on the use of carbon credits obtained from the conversion business and how they're integrated into Bluewing Motors' strategy?
That's actually a great question. Firstly, we will reward riders with points and token in exchange for obtaining carbon credits from them. And the carbon credits need to be certified and verified to ensure their validity in the carbon market. So this should be done through internationally recognized standards such as Gold Standard or Vera for electric hybrid vehicles, which they quantify the emissions reductions achieved by the conversion projects. So once this is certified, these carbon credits can be used in several ways. Mainly, the credits can be sold in a global voluntary market where business institutions and non-profit organizations purchase them to offset their own emission. So this market is growing rapidly and expected to reach significant value by 2030. So carbon trading market is expanding from a regulated framework for carbon emissions trading to a more extensive voluntary market. The company plans to share the carbon credits generated through the OBD device of their conversion kit with the riders using these kits. Additionally, we are aiming to enhance the value of these credits by linking them with various emerging carbon trading platforms. This strategy is designed to maximize the value of the credits in preparation for the carbon neutral initiative, allowing the company to trade these higher value carbon credits at the premium prices.
Thanks so much, Michael. And I'm conscious time is not on our side at the moment, so we have come to the end of our sort of allotted 45-minute slot. Okay. So I will draw the webinar to a close at this point, but we would like to thank you very much for taking the time to come and talk to us today, to give a really excellent informative presentation and to stay around to answer our questions as well. So thank you so much. I hope you hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. As Johanna mentioned at the top of the webinar, that there will be a short break from our webinar series until the end of August. So we'll give time to sort of everyone to refresh themselves until then. But we very much hope to see you then for Q3, Q4 webinar series, commencing from the end of August this year. So thanks again for everyone for joining us, and I hope you have a pleasant rest of your day, whether you're approaching closing time or like me, it's the day's just beginning. So thank you everyone.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you everyone. Thank you, Michael.